Almost every introduction to physics begins with the same image: a heavy bowling ball resting on a spandex trampoline, stretching the fabric into a deep circular dip. There is a hidden flaw here. The trampoline only curves because pre-existing gravity is pulling the bowling ball toward the floor. We are using the very force we're trying to explain to make the model function. This metaphor suggests that space is a flat two-dimensional sheet, and that gravity is a simple downward tug. If we move this model into deep space, away from the Earth's pole, the ball would simply float. The fabric wouldn't curve at all. The trampoline explanation only works if gravity already exists. To see what Einstein actually saw, we have to look past the trampoline. We have to rebuild our vision of the universe using three purely geometric concepts. We begin by viewing space not as an empty void, but as a dynamic, flowing fluid. This fluid space behaves exactly like a fast-moving river, constantly accelerating inward and rushing toward any central object with mass. This explains the heavy sensation you feel while sitting in your chair. The space around you is rushing downward into the earth. To keep you from drifting downstream with that flow, the ground must act like a rocket engine, constantly pushing upward against your feet. At a black hole, this river flows inward faster than the speed of light. Because nothing can swim upstream faster than light itself, everything is swept directly toward the dark center. Gravity is the dynamic, constant inward acceleration of spacetime. Mass functions as a cosmic drain. This fluid motion explains weight. But why does the moon stay locked in a circle around the Earth without an invisible tether to hold it? Imagine two people at the equator, separated by thousands of miles, walking perfectly straight, due north. Because their paths are parallel, they should never meet, yet they collide at the North Pole. The curved globe forced their straight paths to intersect. This is a geodesic. The moon follows this exact same logic. It travels perfectly straight through four-dimensional spacetime. The Earth's mass warps the geometry of the universe so severely that a straight path naturally closes in on itself, forming a perfect circle. To understand why things fall straight down, we have to look at the fourth dimension, time. Curved space explains the moon's orbit, but the curving of time is what dictates the motion of an apple falling from a tree. Mass slows time. A clock at your feet ticks slower than at your head. Because your head moves into the future faster than your feet, it acts like a turning tank tread. This temporal discrepancy creates a physical tilt toward the slower time zone. Everything in the universe naturally steers toward where time flows differently to maximize its duration in time. This steering is what we experience as the downward acceleration of a falling object. In this modern vision, space is a dynamic, flowing fluid. Mass deforms the geometry of the road ahead, dictating the path of every object in motion. An apple falls because its straight path through warped time eventually intersects with the surface of the Earth. Gravity is the path of least resistance through a universe whose grid lines have been bent by mass. When you feel the weight of your body right now, you are feeling the geometry of the universe. You are experiencing the Earth actively pushing back to keep you from drifting into the flow of space.